Most people never lose to the world. They lose to themselves. Not in the arena of life, not in the marketplace, not in the eyes of others, but in the quiet corners of their own minds before the first move is ever made. They are defeated not by obstacles, but by hesitation, not by rejection, but by the voice that whispers, "What if I'm not enough?" That is why the majority never begin. Their potential is buried beneath the weight of their own doubts, and their dreams are killed in the womb of indecision. Failure does not come because the dream is too large. Failure comes because belief is too small. Think of it. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times in his experiments, but he never considered himself defeated. If he had believed, even once, that his failures defined him, the world would be dark tonight. Henry Ford was laughed at when he promised to build a car for ordinary people, but his conviction was louder than their laughter. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job for lacking imagination, and yet he built an empire from the very thing they said he lacked. The truth is brutal but liberating. Most people are not crushed by circumstance. They surrender before the battle is fought. Why? Because beginning requires faith, and faith is the rarest currency in the world. Faith in yourself when no applause is given. Faith in your vision when no evidence exists. Faith that the steps you take in the dark will eventually lead you to the light. This is the starting line of all greatness, and most people will not cross it. They stand at the gate of opportunity, staring at the lock, while others build the key. You see, the human mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant, fear or faith, doubt or belief, will grow. Most plant weeds. They water excuses. They fertilize hesitation. They nurture comfort zones until their entire garden is overrun with reasons why they can't. But the rare few, the bold, plant possibility. They tend to belief like it is their lifeline, and from it grows the strength to take the first step, and the second, and the thousandth. Andrew Carnegie once said that people who cannot motivate themselves must be content with mediocrity, no matter how great their talents. And he was right. It is not talent that separates winners from losers. It is the courage to begin, the discipline to continue, and the resilience to rise again. The tragedy is that most people wait. They wait for the perfect timing, the perfect plan, the perfect opportunity. But perfection never arrives. Life does not wait. Time does not pause. The clock strikes whether you act or not. Those who win are not those who had the best plan. They are those who had the courage to move when others stood still. Think of Abraham Lincoln, who lost elections, businesses, and loved ones before he ever stepped into the White House. If he had waited for the perfect moment, the history of America would be rewritten. Success is never born in perfection. It is forged in the fires of messy, imperfect beginnings. The greatest mistake you can make is believing you must be ready. You will never be ready. You must begin, and through the act of beginning, you become ready. This is why most people fail. They confuse preparation with paralysis. They gather knowledge but never use it. They collect advice but never apply it. They wait for the stars to align, but the stars do not bend to hesitation. The universe favors movement. You must understand this. Clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes because of action. The path does not appear in full before you. It reveals itself as you walk it. That is why belief is non-negotiable. Without belief, you will never step into the unknown. And without stepping into the unknown, you will remain forever where you are, safe, comfortable, and ordinary. Ordinary is the death of greatness. Ordinary is the slow poison that keeps millions from ever tasting the fullness of their potential. The masses live and die in quiet desperation, not because life denied them opportunity, but because they denied themselves the courage to seize it. Discipline is the antidote. Discipline is the muscle that moves you forward when belief begins to waver. Discipline is Edison's 10,000 failures. Discipline is Ford's relentless pursuit. Discipline is Disney's refusal to be defined by the rejection of others. Discipline says, "Even if I am not ready, I will begin. Even if I am afraid, I will act. Even if I stumble, I will rise." Gratitude must also walk with you. Gratitude for the chance to even try. Gratitude for the failures that refine you, the challenges that sharpen you, the setbacks that shape you. Without gratitude, every obstacle feels like an insult. With gratitude, every obstacle feels like training. The one who is thankful for struggle is the one who cannot be broken by it. Most people curse the very resistance designed to make them strong. They ask for comfort, not realizing comfort is the enemy of growth. They pray for easy, not realizing easy is the coffin of potential. Life does not reward the easy path. It rewards the one who embraces difficulty with open arms, who sees struggle not as punishment, but as preparation. Adaptability is the weapon of the uncommon. The rigid break, the adaptable rise. When the plan fails, they do not collapse, they adjust. When the storm comes, they do not curse the rain, they build a boat. This is why resilience is the hallmark of the extraordinary. Because while most quit at the first sign of hardship, the few understand. Hardship is the price of admission to greatness. So why do most people fail before they even begin? Because they never master the battlefield of the mind. They let fear outweigh faith. They let doubt drown belief. They let hesitation rob them of the victory that was waiting for them. But not you. Not anymore. You must choose today to begin, no matter how imperfectly. Begin with belief, however small. Begin with discipline, however difficult. Begin with gratitude, however undeserved. Begin with resilience, however weary you may feel. Because beginnings are the seeds of destiny, and every giant oak was once an acorn that dared to take root. Do not wait another day for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. The perfect place is where you stand. The perfect person is who you already are, once you decide to believe it. History remembers the few who dared to begin when the rest stood still. Be one of them. Because the greatest tragedy is not in failing. The greatest tragedy is in never beginning.